Yeah, we had a couple. After our prediction show, we actually had someone say that Verde was going to perform very well this year. Obviously, it hasn't. And then there was another question that came in recently as well, just wanting us to update our take on it. So Verde Agritech Ltd, or NPK, on the TSX, currently trading at a price of about 95 cents and has about a $39 million market cap. So as Ryan said, they're an agricultural company which produces and sells fertilizer in Brazil and internationally. And they offer their multi-nutrient potassium fertilizer under the K Forte, Bax, and Super Green Sand brand names, and it holds 100% interest in the Cerrado Verde project, which is the source of potassium silicate rock. So we have covered Verde a few times on the podcast. The first was as a dog back in April of 2023, following a decline of over 50% in 3 trading days after management cut guidance. And the second time was in September of 2023 as a year stock our take when it traded in the $2 range. And now that the stock is under $1, we've been asked a few more times to cover the stock. So here we go. Now, Verde's potash reserve is 5.9 billion tons of potash, as approved by the Brazilian Mining Agency. And they're currently permitted to mine 2.8 million tons per year and have manufacturing capacity through its Plant 1 and Plant 2 for a combined 3 million tons per year. And Verde is also looking to expand this further with a new mine pit, which is pending permit approval, as well as an additional plant, number 3, which could provide additional production capacity of up to 10 million tons per year. Now, as I said when I covered the stock last year on March 30th, 2023, Verde lowered its fiscal 2023 guidance from 2 million tons of fertilizer sold to a range of 800,000 to 1.2 million. And as I said at that time, the company appears to be behind the low end of their revised guidance. And as such, they only sold 428,000 tons in fiscal year 2023 and produced a loss of 11 cents per share, while they were guiding towards EPS in the range of 4 cents to 29 cents per share. So quite a miss here. Now, looking at their Q1 2024 results, the company's tons sold were down to 85,000, with total revenue of 5.1 million, which was down about 54%. EBITDA was actually a loss of 700,000 compared to a gain of 2 million in Q1 of 2023. And net profit was also down substantially to a loss of 4.75 million, or 9 cents per share. And of course, the primary reason for the decline in sales was both the decline in tons sold and the price of potassium chloride, which was down from about $500 US per metric ton to approximately where it is right now at about $300 US per metric ton. Now, quickly looking at the balance sheet as of March 31st, 2024, they had cash of 3.2 million with debt of 45.7 million, which provides a net debt position of 42.5 million. I will also note that in their past investor presentation from last year, they indicated that they would like to aggressively pay down their debt, and we're looking to end the 2023 year with debt of 29 million. Obviously, they didn't achieve that. And if you are watching on YouTube, this is the image that I have to the right. This is from their investor presentation. Now, they also noted in their Q1 2024 that subsequent to the end of the quarter, Verde initiated a strategic debt restructuring plan, which includes seeking specific preliminary judicial relief to obtain temporary protection against actions and foreclosures by 7 banks. This request is aimed at ensuring stability while the company renegotiates terms with its financial creditors. And as such, all loan payment obligations have been suspended since April 2024, and negotiations with the banks are progressing. Essentially, they're trying to get their rates lower, but I don't believe there has been an actual update on how that is going. Now, looking at the company's fiscal year 2024 guidance, they're looking at doing about 700,000 to 800,000 tons of potash, with revenue of about 55 million to 62.9 million, EBITDA of 8.9 million to 12.2 million, and earnings coming in at a loss of 1.4 million at the bottom end to a potential gain of 500,000 at the upper end. And just as a note, they are utilizing potash prices of $295 US per ton. And they note with a 10% discount results in a final price of $265 US per ton. So to conclude, my conclusion really isn't too much different from my past summaries. The business is interesting. However, it does not meet our initial investment criteria at this time. And I think the second slide of their recent investor presentation does a good job highlighting that the business is high risk, as even they indicate that investors who are risk averse should not buy their stock. Now, in 2023, the business failed to meet its financial guidance. Now, realistically, it is extremely difficult to gauge the forward financials of a business when its operations are reliant on a volatile commodity. But regardless, they did miss quite substantially. And given our lack of confidence in the fiscal year 2024 guidance, as well as Verde's elevated debt levels and overall lack of profitability at this time, the business just remains too speculative for us. Like, even if we put our trust in the fiscal year 2024 guidance and say that the business can in fact reach the midpoint of their EBITDA target, the stock would be trading at about 8 times forward EBITDA, which doesn't look too bad. But again, we'd be placing our reliance on that guidance. And as well, they would also have a forward net debt to EBITDA multiple of over 4 times, which is high in our opinion. They'd also need some CapEx as well for the additional expansion plans that they're eventually going to roll out. And as well, if we anticipate that they can achieve the high end of their net income, they would still be trading at 78 times forward earnings. Again, for us, the risk just outweighs the potential reward on the company, and we continue to monitor the business at this time, just to see how they progress in achieving their 2024 guidance.
Yeah, that is I'm just reading through. We are not good enough. You want to put that back up there?
Yes.
That is an interesting. That's from their presentation.
This is second page of their presentation. That is correct.
Yeah, we are not good enough for you to invest in.
Yep.
If you are risk averse, just want to make a quick buck.
I know. This is why I put this up.
I would like to point
delayed
out
growth.
It went up 28% today. So if you wanted a quick buck, that maybe should have been the reason you actually invest in it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Don't deal well with changes. This is. We've interviewed the CEO before in the past, and I'm just going to put it frankly, the answers that we got to questions didn't meet our criteria. So again, the company, it's not just this year they missed on guidance, as far as I understand. They have missed several times in the past. It is a difficult business to predict, but perhaps like we deal with hundreds and thousands over the last 2 decades of businesses that if they know they can't guide with any degree of certainty, they don't provide guidance because they understand they can't do it with any degree of certainty. Perhaps that should be going on here. And in this case, providing guidance when it's a history of missing. At this point, you just pull back your guidance and maybe try to deliver on the numbers internally that you've stated, and then the share price can take care of itself over the long term. But Brennan said, even based on the guidance, in our opinion, the stock trades at higher valuations at this point, even if they hit that guidance. So we'll continue to monitor Verde. Nothing against the company, just that if you pose guidance, continually miss guidance, it's hard to take the guidance that you pose for the future again seriously or with any degree of credibility. So we'll continue to watch it, continue to monitor the company, and see if the business can grow over the long term. Right now, it can't grow the profitability that to the degree that it has guided to.